Have you ever observed those people who seem to have unlimited success and wisdom, as if they have access to a secret source of knowledge? What if I told you that the key to moving from a feeling of stagnation to constant progression could be as simple as changing your perspective on your daily routine? It's not just about doing things differently, but thinking differently about everything that you do. Today we will go into depth on how ordinary habits can be transformed into extraordinary tools for growth. Inspired by Stoic philosophy, which underscores self-awareness and lifelong learning, we'll explore how our daily actions can stimulate our minds while living in a world that forces us to grow constantly. Whether you want to sharpen your mind, boost your creativity, or just lead a more fulfilling life, what lies ahead has the potential to utterly transform your life. Consider for a moment the force of these altered habits. Each day is an opportunity for learning, growing, and improving oneself. No longer are your daily tasks isolated chores. Instead, they offer an exciting voyage of self-discovery. And guess what? Regardless of where one starts from, this may be achieved. So, are you ready for this plunge into the world of possibilities? For knowing how Stoic principles help infuse new meaning and purpose into one's daily actions. Stay with me because this might be the beginning of a whole new way that you live your life. Get ready for your potential opening up like never previously experienced. In our everyday lives, it is so easy to just take information at face value, especially when it comes from sources we hold in high regard, such as media sources, teachers, or even close friends. But skepticism is most important when it comes to Stoicism. According to the Stoics, there is no point in living an unexamined life, especially regarding the content we consume. By questioning and critically examining what we are told, we don't just passively accept facts, we actively engage with them. This type of engagement sharpens our minds, much like a sword is sharpened by a whetstone. It involves questioning the status quo, asking why things are the way they are and whether they should be that way. This doesn't mean doubting every piece of information we hear, but developing a healthy habit of skepticism that can protect us from misinformation and deepen our understanding of complex issues. This constant questioning practice also improves our judgment and decision-making skills. By not taking every piece of information at face value, we learn to weigh evidence, analyze arguments, and consider different viewpoints before making decisions. This critical approach ensures that our actions and beliefs are well-founded, not just based on assumptions or incomplete information. This habit enables us to prevent any misunderstandings or potential mistakes that may be taking place, and also helps in boosting our self-confidence when it comes to making choices that demonstrate our values and knowledge. Next time you hear something presented as a fact, just pause for some time before accepting it. Find out where the information is coming from, what assumptions it is based on, and whether it can stand up to scrutiny. This applies not only to external information, but also internal beliefs and biases we have. Challenging them can lead to profound personal growth and a deeper understanding of the world. Think about your simple visit to a supermarket. Taking some time to confirm an extraordinary offer enables us to differentiate between actual bargains from marketing strategies which are meant to catch attention. It may appear unimportant, but this is an exercise that sharpens our judgments and strengthens our independent decision-making process. The same goes for much wider, yet more intricate things like media consumption or internet navigation. Through questioning sources, appraising evidence, taking diverse perspectives, we avoid falling for misinformation easily, along with learning. Not take preconceived ideas at their face value without considering them through critical thinking processes, since in a world of huge amounts of information, sometimes misleading. In summary, by questioning consistently, one becomes able to make more informed decisions, which are secure, reflecting his/her real needs or personal values. One of the most powerful tools for personal development and the pursuit of truth comes from embracing the Stoic way of asking questions, as such a strategy abounds in Stoicism. Remember, it's not only about finding answers, but encouraging curiosity, resilientness, full of insight that isn't afraid to traverse through various complexities associated with modern life. It is easy, though, if you remain stuck exclusively within certain genres or authors you love so much. Sticking to what you know works quite well, especially if, say, you are into mystery novels, science fiction books, or celebrity biographies just because they are comfortable genres. They don't push you out of your comfort zone. But what if stepping outside this comfort zone opened up a world of ideas and inspiration? Stoicism places strong emphasis on growth and personal development through exposure to various experiences and perspectives. Growth, according to the Stoics, comes from challenge, not just physical or emotional challenges, but also intellectual ones too. By reading something that falls outside the norm for you, you engage into different thoughts and experiences from your own that is very crucial in building a character rich of experience which can understand the entire world. Can you imagine swapping your usual sci-fi thriller for an in-depth coverage on history or even a philosophy book? Such a shift will not merely introduce you to fresh facts, it can transform your perspective on life. For example, learning history is more than finding out what happened in the past. It involves understanding why things happened, appreciating complexities of cause and effects, as well as interplay of cultures and ideologies, among others. It develops critical thinking about narratives, comprehension of motivations behind actions that are taken, ability to think broadly, skills which would be useful throughout our lives, not only at school or works, but also during everyday situations where we have to make decisions. The above précis statements show that philosophy is also a way of dealing with your personal issues. Similar to the serene Stoic writings, which have been a source of solace to many over centuries, Stoicism emphasizes virtue, resistance, and reason, and thus can be transformative, especially when it comes to managing emotions and reactions. This is akin to what the Stoics call voluntary discomfort. It's like deliberately putting oneself into minor hardships in order to get sturdier and more flexible. It is somehow like running in the cold to gain strength. Same thing applies when we read complex or new things. They make our minds richer and vibrant. Another example concerns how we go about our days. We all live by routine. We wake up at exact times, use one course to work or school, eat certain foods often. Our lives may seem secure and efficient, but they may not be so exciting sometimes because of these routines that are boring us. Therefore, it's essential that you change things up once in a while, like switching hobbies, changing route you take to work every morning, or even trying out new delicacies once in a while, as this awakens your mind, making life more interesting. In conclusion, shuffling the deck helps keep our minds fresh and our lives thrilling. Seizing every opportunity for learning and self-development is highly regarded by the Stoics. When we alter some aspect of our daily routine slightly than usual, there will not only be variety, but also mental as well as emotional flexibility development. For instance, let's say you decided one evening to enroll for a class, something completely unfamiliar such as pottery or programming. It doesn't just teach you something new, rather, it broadens your horizons through exposing yourself to different people, environments, and ideas. This could awaken a hidden passion inside you, create room for new friendship ties, or simply introduce another perspective on how problems are perceived in daily life situations. Similarly, by attempting other sports or activities like yoga or swimming instead of your usual workout, you can interrupt monotony and also observe how different exercises affect your body and mind. You will become more in tune with your physicality, know its limits better, and discover what sort of healthy lifestyle you would prefer. These slight modifications do not distract. They invite us to change and grow in ways we have never thought about. In turn, This enhances our ability to adapt to any situation that may arise, as well as preparing us for future challenges with greater flexibility and openness. By causing the brain to snap out of the routine sleep and be attentive, it leads to a person becoming mindful and being present. This is much like when Stoics would occasionally subject themselves voluntarily into pain, such as bathing in ice-cold water or sleeping on the floor in order to get ready for times when life could take away their comfort. Similarly, by adding a variety of activities to your everyday schedule, you not only will train your mind to be more flexible, but it will also prepare you to deal with life's uncertainties gracefully. Varying your routine may spark new ideas. Do you notice how sometimes the best ideas come when doing something out of the ordinary? What is happening in your brain when it reacts this way? It's not just novelty. It gives your brain the necessary tools for generating new ideas and solutions. Therefore, embrace the unexpected and search for ways to deviate from yourself. Whether this involves changing morning routines or adjusting some furniture in a living room, what each new choice does is takes us closer towards a more engaged and dynamic existence. Do remember that there should be no radical changes overnight, but enough diversity on an everyday basis that keeps mental cogs working well-oiled and ready to any situation. And like true Stoics, we need to see every single experience as something worth knowing from no matter how small or seemingly insignificant it can appear, though. In other words, we are not merely existing, we are thriving, always growing along our path. The world has a rich tapestry of diverse cultures, religions, and lifestyles, which all bring their own thoughts and wisdom. Moving out of our cultural comfort zones and meeting people from different backgrounds can give us a bigger picture view of things in life which is more complex than previously assumed possible. By exploring different worldviews, one does not just learn facts afresh or gain knowledge, but they deepen our understanding of other people's lives, including ourselves very significantly too. This kind of exposure can alter completely how we see our own lives. Knowing alternative ways of life and thinking makes us more empathetic rather than judgmental quickly. In fact, just realizing there are many legitimate methods for confronting life's challenges makes individuals much more open-minded. Enjoying personal lives as open doors allows one to interact with others on an international scale, thus making them wiser and more compassionate. According to Stoicism, acquiring knowledge from various people is the ultimate way of becoming wise. The Stoics believe that understanding other points of views makes for better listening skills while also expanding our own perspectives. It also enhances our abilities as problem solvers when we know different perspectives in life. This can show us solutions we would never ever think about on ourselves. On the other hand, exploring different cultures often proves very enriching and inspiring, giving rise to new ideas and practices. However, each encounter with another culture through travel books or movies or conversations represents an opportunity to broaden your horizons and gain something valuable. Before going there, I had a clear picture of England, which was formed by films, books, and stories from people who used to travel there. I saw it as a land of misty landscapes, ancient castles, and a bit distant but extremely courteous citizens. Everything seemed so sophisticated and steeped in history. But during my first visit there, I met some residents, and it was an eye-opening experience for me. I discovered an entirely different side of their culture just by spending time with them, especially in bars where we would spend hours talking. The English I met were very warm, had a sharp sense of humor, and the ability not to take themselves too seriously. One afternoon, a native invited me to go to a football match with him. It was contagious how energetic and passionate the fans were. It was far away from my idea of Englishmen as being reserved individuals. They were vivacious, noisy, and unrestrictedly friendly. After the game, we ended up in a small family restaurant that served me humble but delicious homemade food, nothing like the sophisticated British cuisine that existed only in my mind. Through this trip, I learnt why prejudgments must be shelved aside. In fact, what exists is often more complex than our stereotypes about places and people. However much of England's history you may know, you will always meet surprises. I found a rich tapestry of different cultures and characters which changed so much about how I perceived things and also helped me realize even better on how important it is for us to interact with others if we are really to understand our world's diversity as well as its beauty. It seems simple enough. However, committing oneself every day to learn something new can completely change your life philosophy. As long as there are interesting facts, skills, or even single words, new information adds another dimension into the way you perceive the world around yourself, keeping your wits razor sharp. Nevertheless, this method goes beyond mere accumulation of facts. It is an actual call towards developing a mindset for a continuous growth, which lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed highly in education, considering wisdom essential throughout life. They fully understood that there are lessons everywhere each day, leading us into fuller lives. By making learning part of your daily routine, you become knowledgeable and build curiosity and open-mindedness, which are fundamental capacities for wisdom and resilience against adversities. This helps your mind to remain agile, adapt to new things, and appreciate the richness of the world. It is proven that through ongoing education, you can improve your mental agility greatly. With the forming of new connections in your brain, you can develop better memory, increased problem-solving capabilities, and enhanced creativity. This means that once you master a complex concept or skill, it gives you immense joy in life because of the feeling of achievement. Embracing learning as a part of everyday life is pretty simple. Just read an article about something unfamiliar to you. Listen to podcasts when commuting or pick up a hobby that imparts practical skills on you. The main thing required is intentionality. Resolve to learn one different thing each day and search for information on various topics. This Stoic practice exhibits how we can align daily reflection with philosophy through journaling. Like the Stoics who wrote diary entries reflecting upon their thoughts and actions. This kind of learning infused into your everyday reflection will bring awareness and help you live more purposely. By making learning a habit every day, not only will you achieve more knowledge, but also have an active mind, which is always inquisitive and resilient. These are factors which make people develop as individuals and enhance their understanding of human society. The idea here is to try to learn something new every single day. You will be amazed at how major changes in your life will happen even from very small efforts done consistently over time. It is good to learn, but applying what has been learnt is even better. When knowledge resides inside us, it gets wasted, but by putting it into practice, its real power comes out. Like if someone tries out a new formula at home, then he has practiced what he learnt, or when we implement our business strategies or simply suggest something useful about things we have learned to others, such as friends, among other places, whereby they come up as concrete tools. The idea of putting lessons into action lies at the heart of Stoicism. Though this habit was common among most Greeks, even before they developed any doctrine concerning education, for example, Pythagoras, who said, "Act like God," meaning God's nature should be imitated. They claimed that knowledge was to be put into practice because it made one wiser and assisted in leading better lives. The Stoics believed learning could lead to self-improvement and helping others, a concept called oikeiosis, or expanding your concern for others to all humanity. Also, using what you know helps in retention of information. Whenever we apply new ideas, our brain strengthens connections, leading to a higher probability of remembering such things later on. The practicality of knowledge can change a person's entire life, such that his decision-making process will be guided by this approach, and he may even make innovations that will transform his own existence completely. For example, though it is good for us to learn how to eat healthily as individuals, if we apply this knowledge by changing our diets or encouraging close family members to follow suit, then it will make both ourselves and immediate families have more healthier living standards. Likewise, speaking a foreign language gives us access to other cultures while at the same time promoting our cognitive development, but when used among peers or neighbors who speak it, this enables individuals easily enter into social relationships and comprehend other values. The Stoics practiced what they referred to as daily reflection, where their thoughts were not only about what they had learned, but also the use of this knowledge. In this state of mind, it helps you check if you are learning too much without practicing it, so that you can now reset your goals and start focusing on how to employ your knowledge in practice. It is very easy to become a slave of routine and do the things the same way because we have developed that habit, but making efforts to critically analyze them will definitely make our life more interesting and enhance mental flexibility. To the Stoics, self-improvement was highly valued and regularly practiced self-examination in both theory and practice. They believed that regular consideration and adjustment of their thoughts and actions made them better equipped for living holistically. I suggest a simple mental exercise that can be done at any time during the day to make learning active and practical. After you test drive it, I would be very interested in reading your feedback. What is something new that you have recently learned? How could you apply this information today? Share with us in, whether on Facebook or below, how you use this new knowledge. For instance, did it affect your day anyhow? It's quite amazing seeing how different people deploy their learning. Finding new ways to improve your everyday tasks means applying some kind of pragmatic philosophy. This implies thinking about how one can make his/her daily activities more efficient by doing certain things differently. Let's consider morning rituals as an example. Can there be any possibility for preparing breakfast quicker than usual so that one has extra minutes for reading, or maybe change commuting route to studying podcast along the way? By changing habitual routines like these within such cycles, monotony is broken down for purposes of bringing up fresh concepts. By using this method of reviewing routines, it can also help keep your mind nimble by pushing yourself into thinking differently every day. This makes you start looking for more solutions than you normally would for a single problem. It helps your brain stay sharp and adaptable towards any new situation. In addition, it can be quite satisfying to discover how mundane tasks can be done quicker. For example, finding a better way of folding one's clothes, arranging emails, or going shopping faster, among other small adjustments that make daily life easier, create a feeling of satisfaction and control in life. It may sound surprising, but games can do much more than just distract us. Games such as chess, puzzles, or certain video games that require some thinking need reflection and planning to succeed. These games involving contemplating and making decisions stimulate the brain because they force someone to anticipate scenarios, strategize on what the next move should be, and solve problems, thereby helping one's mental health become stronger. Therefore, hobbies such as painting, gardening, or software development have a sense of accomplishment attached to them, especially when one has practiced long enough. Finishing any project, whether it's a painting, a beautiful garden, or a program that works properly, is the concrete evidence of how skillful and dedicated you are. In addition to improving your confidence, it also provides an escape from daily stressors that can lead to overall well-being. Hobbies may also become a way of bringing together people with similar interests, thereby forming a community. It also builds on the sharing of ideas with others, as well as getting support, which increases the happiness and pleasure we get from our hobbies. Being surrounded by more competent or experienced people can be very beneficial. This means going beyond passive learning by engaging actively with persons who challenge and motivate you. These interactions can expand your intellectual horizons, enhance your critical thinking skills, as well as deepen your understanding of complicated topics. Learning was inseparable from company for the Stoics, who highly valued its enrichment. They knew that useful discussions could only come through debates. Hence, personal growth necessitated exchanges of ideas among its members. One famous Stoic philosopher called Seneca often mentioned that talking to friends who bring in new perspectives and question our views helps us grow intellectually. He believed such intellectual conversations could sharpen one's mind while purifying their soul. Being surrounded by other people who are smarter or more experienced than you can help you to work harder in order to catch up with them. It inspires us a lot when we see the results of others and listen about their findings and learnings. These things do not just apply to your academic or professional success, but also your wisdom when tackling any life challenge, managing relationships, or seeking personal development. For example, partnering with a mentor or coworker who is an authority in your field may reveal advanced ways of doing things and open doors which you had not thought about before. Again, having a friend who has interest in philosophy can begin deep discussions that force you to reconsider your own thinking and values. Additionally, being around knowledgeable people serves as an example of Stoic intellectual humility, which was highly valued. It taught them to be open for learning at any age and accepting the fact that no matter how much one knows, there will always be something else he does not know yet. This attitude contributes much both into personal development and strengthening resilience, thus enabling welcoming new data and changes with flexibility. Those are friends that support each other like the Stoics used to do within their philosophical circle. Today's interactions with intelligent and wise individuals offer invaluable moral and intellectual support needed for overcoming challenges, celebrating successes, and maintaining a well-rounded perspective throughout self-improvement journey. Exercising hard enough, such as jogging, can make your heart pump blood faster, while also clearing up your mind as well. The Stoics recognized this connection between physical fitness and mental sharpness through advocating for wellness of body towards a sound mind. They believed in maintenance of the body as part of living well physically. Philosopher Epictetus likened keeping fit physically to what is required for intellectual as well as ethical growth, for instance. When one exercises, his brain releases endorphins such that walking, running, or even yoga is able to lift somebody's spirits, hence making it easy for one to receive new information and ideas. Additionally, physical activity functions as a kind of meditation, where you concentrate on your body movements and breathing. It focuses your mind, hence creating room for new insights and reflections. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, often spoke about the need to combine physical training with mental discipline so as to be prepared for challenges in life. Furthermore, running is like a metaphor for life. Taking each step forward suggests that people are able to overcome difficulties, increase endurance while working towards their goals. On the other hand, this reflection may help you persevere in everyday learning, reminding that every small effort adds up to bring you closer to your goals. This also leads us into better sleep, which is essential in cognitive function and memory retention. A well-rested mind processes and stores new information more effectively. Thus, regular exercise complements daily learning habits such that your body and mind work together harmoniously, improving both your general health status as well as capability for growth. By balancing out physical exercise with intellectual pursuits, we create a virtuous cycle in which each supports the other. This exemplifies Stoic, holistic approach towards self-development. Finally, one has a balanced lifestyle which makes him more resilient, gives his mind sharper acuity, thereby making him ready to face life's vagaries from an uncluttered standpoint. In conclusion, day-to-day learning stimulates your mind, enhances your problem-solving ability, memory, as well as creativity. This has been simplified for you while this still works. Using knowledge in practice, apply what you have learned to resolve issues and make choices. It's practical and enhances understanding. Enhancing habits. Keep life interesting by regularly reviewing and enhancing daily chores and the flexibility of the mind. Playing games. Take part in strategic games that will challenge your brain, thus enhance mental health status. Doing hobbies. Other activities such as farming, painting, or carpentry challenge you, enlighten you on new skills, and enhance creativeness within you. Surrounding yourself with intellectuals, engaging more experienced individuals provides an exposure to wider intellectual space for newer ideas, growth process in personality. Physical activity. Regular physical exercise improves mental clarity, mood swings besides increasing overall health, thereby backing up the learning journey. By integrating these practices into your life, a flexible and durable mind that is always open to learning and growing can be grown.